already.
What sorts of things over the last day and a half here are you guys focusing on Connor to maybe try and get the ship righted a little bit?
I think defensively we've been good enough. Obviously in Winnipeg we didn't give up any goals, but offensively we need to find a way to produce. That's the bottom line.
I guess in evaluating that a little bit, what outside of the pucks going in, is there something that you want to try and get back to that was going real well earlier in the year?
Well, we need to get more pucks to the net. Sustain some more whole zone time. I think we're a lot of one and done right now, so that comes from your forecheck, that comes from shooting the puck and getting it back, all those things.
What's your typical approach to kind of handling these little mini droughts that maybe transpire every once in a while?
Just keep going, keep playing.
Washington comes to town. They've been a good team for a long time. How big a test do you consider them, and it's a bit of a measuring stick for you guys in some ways?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a big game for us. They're a team that's won a lot. Obviously Cup champs 2 years ago, so they know what they're doing out there. So we need to be prepared. We need to be ready, and like you said, it's a good test for us.
Connor, what are your thoughts on defenseman John Carlson leading the league right now after 11 games, getting off to the start that he's been on?
Yeah, he's off to a real good start. He's playing well. It's a lot of plus as well. So he's obviously been solid defensively. So he's a real good player, and he's off to a good start.
Thanks, Connor.
I'm here now and have an opportunity to, come in and help the team win some games, and that's my mindset.
Having been through it before, has it gotten any easier, and maybe that's the wrong word, to transition from disappointment to channeling your energy the right way to get back up here as soon as possible?
Well, I don't think it ever gets easier, but like you said, I do think the transition. Just kind of handling the setbacks, handling adversity. You learn to get better at that. I think, I realize now more than I did when I was younger that it's not always going to be an easy road, and, things aren't always going to go exactly as planned, but you have to be able to take a punch. And I think, I'm excited about the opportunity tonight. Hopefully go and, like I said, give the team a boost and make it so I, don't come out.
Does it help having had prior experience with Dave Tippett in terms of knowing what he wants in his systems?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I played a full year under him. It was a few years ago now, but I think personally, I just got to go in and play and not think too much about any of that. I just. I know what I have to do to be successful, and I feel like I've added layers to my game in the last number of years, and I think there's different areas I can help out, but obviously the main one is creating some offense, getting shots to the net, just kind of getting the puck to the offensive zone and then making plays when I'm there. I just want to play to my strengths and help this team continue to push forward.
With the success they've had and how much of a test this could be for your group?
Yeah, they're obviously a highly skilled team, like I said. They got a lot of weapons, a lot of different players that can make plays and be very dangerous. So we got to take that away from them, play solid game, and I think then we have a good chance of playing a good game.
You talked about weapons, and John Carlson's been off to a great start, to 20 points in his first 11 games. Are you kind of surprised to see a defenseman take off the way he has, leading the league in scoring right now?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a little surprising that he's leading the league, but he's a highly skilled defenseman. He's one of the best at what he does, and there's no secret to that. He's done it over the last several years, and it's a good test for us to keep them on the outside and take things away from them.
You guys are 0-1-1 in your last two. Washington comes in with 4 straight wins. What's the challenge in trying to right the ship when a team's coming in that hot?
Well, you try and stick to your game. You don't want to change too much. I mean, we're 7-2-1 as well, so we're off to a very good start here too. And obviously it's a great test, great team over there, but we're a great team over here too. So it'll be a fun challenge for us.
That's kind of the challenge, but not to change everything you've been doing because it's been working, but at the same time just sharpen things up a little bit.
It's a fine line you got to find. Sometimes you have to tweak little things, but we're off to a good start, like I said, and you want to maintain that good feeling and the confidence, but there's always things you can improve on.
Thanks.
Five on that power play. I know a lot of people will say like you can just pass it to Ovi and he's gonna put it in, but if you watch the plays carefully, they're fake one-timers like in the Ovi's wheel spot, like things like that. And he move around. He's a great passer. He logs a lot of minute. He's really strong. I think a lot of people don't know that about him. He's gifted physically. So he's got a lot of attributes to be a good defenseman in this league, and I think right now, the start of the season is kind of speaking for itself.
You got Tip especially came in, and you guys wanted to clean up the goals against, and that was hammered. That's got to come down. You've been top 5, 6, 7 in goals against per game throughout the season. Now it's 10 games in. In your mind, what has actually changed? What's led to the improvement?
I think we're playing better as a 5-man unit. There's not as big of a gap from when we're breaking out from the defensemen to the forwards. So if there's a miscue, a mispass, or something like that, there's more than one guy to bail over the mistake. Forwards are doing a better job of coming back for the defensemen, which I think has helped us breaking out the puck a lot better. And first and foremost, their goaltending's been awesome. I think that's the main key. The two guys have been great for us, and they're competing, and they've been great. So I've always said you get good goaltending in this league, you got a chance to win every night.
You look at the way you guys are going through sort of two different lenses, like you were saying. You're 7-2-1 on one hand. On the other hand, it's 2 games without a goal. Do you kind of have to look at it through both of them as a player, like not get too comfortable, but realize that things aren't as bad as?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just It's the same thing as a player. I think, there's ups and downs in the season, and for me personally, and it's the same for our team. There's ups and downs. So when things are going really well, you try to make sure that you're still improving. And when things are going the last 2 games, we all know it wasn't their best effort, but there's still stuff that we did that was good for us. And I think early in the season like that, it's a good learning experience for a group. I think we were the 3rd or 4th youngest team in the league, something like that. I heard the other day. So that's experience. That's all you win in this league. So a group just gets better, and one day at a time.
address that? Do you try not to talk about it so it's not something they're dwelling on? I'm just wondering how you dealt with that over the past day.
No, we addressed it. We didn't score. We didn't score in either game and still got a point. So look at the bright side. No, it's something we've talked about. We talk about all along. We talked about where we're at after 10 games. That was our discussion today, and some of the things that we're trying to build our team to do on a consistent basis are areas of concern every day. And the scoring part of it, we scored in bunches early on, and then last couple games haven't been as good. The Minnesota game, we didn't have any jump at all. We looked like we were just mentally and physically tired that game. That really, of the 10, that's the only one that I've seen where the team really took a step back. We didn't get a lot of chances. But the scoring part of it is, it's always a concern. You got to score to win. But if you look at the 10 games, our main goals coming into the year was make sure that our goals against comes down. I think as of yesterday, we sat at 5th in the league goals against. Penalty kill has been pretty good. I mean, there's some positive signs. The last two games, the offense hasn't been there, but for the most part, I look at the 10 games, and there's a lot of positive stuff to take from it, and we have to continue to build.
Maybe just a thought on Washington coming in, and if this is, good timing for a challenge like this from your group.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge it is.
No, it's a good challenge. They're a good team. You watch the way they play. I've watched a little bit of tape on them. They're a big, fast team. Play the game hard, so it's a great challenge for us. Right now, especially coming home, getting a day of rest yesterday, I'm interested to see how our team responds on our first bit of real adversity, okay, we struggled last game, how are we going to react to that? And I think our players will respond the right way.
Dave, just want to ask you about Sam Gagner. What are you looking to see out of him, and what didn't he show in training camp to let him stay up here?
Well, we're looking for that, all along we've looked for that balance of, the bottom end penalty kill role players versus skill down there. Obviously, we haven't had the offensive impact from the bottom six. We're looking for him to come in and make some plays there. We had Chase on there early, and we've moved Chase up to that second line now. So we need Gags to come in and help out, create some plays down there. The other part of it is the second power play unit. He's a guy that can help us there a little bit. So we're looking for him to come in, play a solid game, but he has the ability to make plays and create opportunities, and if he can do that, it'll be a bonus to our lineup.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.